My name is Kathobi Kathobi. The beautiful lady to my right is Turife. And of course, it is Wellness Wednesday. And because my phone has decided it will just give me
Imekataa.
amazing in action, what's the topic for today, Turi?
Is your relationship at the brink of extinction?
Oh.
How do you salvage it? How do you stop the meteorite from destroying the dinosaurs? That's the question, okay? How to salvage a relationship. Are we together? Umeipata?
Bado.
Bado hujaipata. Number one.
I know it is stemming from a story that was there on the newspaper. So do you have that, the story? So we have like a basis.
What story?
The story linked at the bottom. It is coming from this story.
Okay.
Oh, the video is on air.
Okay.
Tuweke volume.
Mess up a very big mistake to make things right now. Like to put my pride aside and try to build a relationship. It's just a silver. And a cake for him. Well, me nikiachwa, there is nothing else I can do. Me, I have really tried my best to beg for forgiveness, to even bake a cake for him so that he knows I'm sorry and I really need him. I don't want to lose him. But sasa, if he will not accept it, ni sawa tu. I'll just kubali and move on. What will I do? But I hope he will like it. I really hope he will like it. Surprise actually, I'm apologizing. I don't know how much has it.
Has your woman tried to save your relationship to this extent?
A woman apologizing.
A woman is apologizing not only with cake, but with gifts. That is exactly the situation that we are talking about today. We still don't know what this woman did. The video has been trending, of course, on social media. And of course, we're all just going like, what did she do? But ultimately, it doesn't matter what she did. It is the gifts that came after. Will she be accepted? How far would you go to salvage your relationship if it is in the brink of drama? How far have you gone in the past, Turi? Have you even tried to apologize?
No.
Wow.
I have never claimed to be a good person, so I will not start today. Mimi ni wale wa let it burn, okay? Wacha ichomeke. Let it burn. But I do applaud the fact that she went to such lengths, which just brings me to the question, is it that serious, you know? Because a relationship has to be a significant relationship, but it's giving, the vibe was giving high school, university, young love. But is the relationship serious enough for you to want to salvage it? What was the reason for the breakup, you know? If it was small disagreement and you're doing this grand gestures for a small apology, that's another red flag. Why are you doing the most for something you could have just said, listen, there was a miscommunication, I am sorry, I won't do that again, I now know what pisses you off, I know where you're drawing the boundary, so I am sorry. But if you have to go to such extreme lengths to apologize for something so small, it begs the question, how serious was the relationship and does it need to be salvaged? Because you cannot save everyone.
You cannot save everyone.
Yes, some people gotta die. They gotta go. Like Jack from the Titanic, he had to go. So that girl,
they had space. They had space.
So that homegirl could live her single life.
They had space. I'm just saying, a Titanic was excessive. Anyway, I think ultimately, have I done? Yes, actually. Oh my goodness, I went back to someone and had a whole relationship with them after I treated them horribly the first time.
Okay.
So I not only dated him for 1 year. After I found out he was mad at me and I was a horrible person to him, I went back, apologized by taking him to his favorite restaurant and asking him to please get back with me, and then having a whole other 1 year relationship with this person. The second time, it was actually really good. I enjoyed myself. It was really, really good.
Panda would be blue.
It did teach me a few good lessons, which I have then carried on to other relationships. So ultimately, I think that was a bit big. But this woman, she did a lot. She's over there giving him perfume. She did watch,
Unajua bei ya
designer,
unga ya kubake keki.
Kwanza, that cake looks like ni zile za 3 kgs.
Wow.
That's like 5K kupanda. Wow.
Okay.
So what would you do to salvage a relationship? Now, the first and most important thing is to recognize that you are wrong. Sindio, you are wrong. You
Yes.
are wrong. You
Nimekosea.
just need to accept that. And once you accept that, then your apology won't come from like a weird place. You know how people are like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, fine. If you think I was wrong, I'm sorry.
If I offended you.
If I offended you, I am sorry. Why are you giving me a backhanded apology?
True.
Just say you are wrong and you want to apologize for it. But you have to recognize that you are wrong first. What's something else that you would do, or in what way would you salvage your relationship?
I think asking the question of why are we together, because sometimes when the relationship is at the verge of breaking down, that's when you sit down and now reflect. Why am I in this? Am I in this because I genuinely love this person? Am I with this person because there's something they provide for me? Are they an emotional crutch? Am I ready to let go? Why are you in this relationship? And I keep saying this over and over again. There's a different person for every stage in our lives,
True,
okay?
true.
The person who you were so deeply and madly in love with in the second year of university, and you thought you had this whole future together, 3-4 years down the line, you might not feel the same thing. Why? Because you've outgrown the level, the person you are, and now you need to get, bigger and better. That's just me. That's just how I deal with things in my head. So, is the time for you guys that were together, have you outgrown the relationship and you feel like you need to move on to a mature or a better relationship, or you want to date yourself? So why are you together? Sit down and analyze.
I
And
love
then you're going to come at the
that.
question. Yeah.
I love that. But like, I feel like with infidelity, then it becomes a bigger issue because infidelity, I mean, cheating, being cheated on, that's a whole different ball game. Or feeling like someone, or thinking someone cheated on you. Even the accusation of cheating on someone is usually very, very heavy on most people. I feel like whenever that happens, it becomes one of those things where you're kind of hoping the person will accept your apology and learn to forgive you and even want to be with you. It's less you in your control, it's 100% in their control. And if you don't resolve it properly, then you just end up being absolutely angry. You are constantly bitter. You are constantly kind of just going back and blaming them and bringing it up every so often. And it can be a big problem. It may stop your relationship from going forward simply because you've not fully forgiven them. So when it comes to infidelity and the ghost of infidelity, it's really a two-way street. You accept that you are wrong, you confess that you are wrong, and you hope the other person forgives you. And even if they forgive you, you hope that with time they also forget, because forgetting is usually the biggest issue there. So just accept it. These things, where hapana?
They don't happen.
Wow.
These things don't
These
happen.
things do not happen. They
We
are
have already
intentional.
established earlier on
It's 100%.
that cheating is not a mistake, okay?
100% a
Two consenting
choice.
adults met up, okay?
Yeah, two consenting, and in this case also, you, the two consenting adults who are now kind of going through it, you need to sit down and agree with each other and just be like, okay, look, I made a boo-boo and I feel like this is where I'm at. Just tell me what you want me to do to make it right. I feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah. And another thing is external influence. Have you ever heard that in every relationship kuna kwanga na committee, especially on the girl side, you know?
Yes.
There's just that committee that sits down and agrees or disagrees on the matters of your relationship. They'll sit down, they'll say, we're not doing that, and that decision is final. So it depends on the people you're going to talk to when you're at this stage. You guys are on the brink. You're almost breaking up. You've already decided, I am going back to my mother's house. This is it. I am done. It is really important who you're going to talk to, because you'll talk to one person and be like, yes, girl, you need to go back to the streets. Yes, we're in it. And then the other friend will sit down and tell you, okay, why are you breaking up? What's the reason? They'll sit down and talk you through it. And then other factors finances. Finances could be the reason you guys are breaking up. It could be every other thing that's happening. It could be mental health. It could be this person is a crazy
Illness.
person. You know, this person is mad. They're beautiful, but they are mad. So all these external forces attacking your relationship. Nini, social studies. Why is your relationship failing? Competition from other people. Unhealthy competition, poor infrastructure, hana gari, mnatumia matatu kila siku. Hiyo ni issue. Lack of capital.
Oh.
All of these things, all of these external forces are going to affect how this relationship is going to go. It's either going to come back from the brink and you're going to be stronger than ever, or it's going to break. And that is also okay.
True. Another thing I think when it comes especially to salvaging relationships is recognizing that part of the reason why you are where you are is because some boundaries were exploited, crossed, or made blurry. So you need to get to a point where you, first of all, sit down with yourself and examine the boundaries that you have now at this moment in time and decide on whether if this reassessment is valid. Do you need to change your boundaries? Do you need to elevate, heighten? I don't know. You need to make new boundaries. Figure that out. In fact, resetting boundaries, according to this article that we were reading, says resetting boundaries in order to rebuild mutual growth, security, respect, and a healthy individualism is very, very important. Because oftentimes you grow. You're not fighting with this person because you're in the same place you are. It's because there's some growth either in the way you look at things, either in the way you want to live your life going forward. Like there is some growth that happens, a shift in your relationship that then requires for you to change the dynamics of your relationships. So try and find new boundaries, try and make them very, very clear. And then moving forward, you must seek and give respect to these new boundaries. Whatever they are, just accept that it is not you, it is them, they've changed, and they want things to be done this way going forward. And so when you are given that openness, also be thankful, because it's important for you to just go like, yeah, thank you for respecting that this is not how I want to deal with this and this is how I want to deal with this going forward. I think setting boundaries is very, very important. For example, that guy who just got the cake and the whatever, and she made it a very public apology. Maybe he didn't want it to be a public apology. Maybe he would have preferred a private apology.